Hey Flosstube, this is Stephanie, the Ivy House Crafter. I thought that today I would do a Stitch With Me video, and I'm going to use my Decision Roulette app to tell me what I'm going to work on. So here we go. Chalkboard Mandala by Ink Circles. Okay, I'm gonna get that set up and I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm back. Okay, so this is what Decision Roulette chose for me to work on today. This is Chalkboard Mandala by Ink Circles. I received this from Abby, Top Knot Stitcher, and started it, I think it was in Stitch Mania. Yeah, so May this past year. I haven't worked on it for quite a while, so it'll be fun to get back to it. I obviously changed the colors. I'm stitching this on 32 count lambswool Jobelan with a J&P Coats variegated floss. I don't have the color. It was just in a big multi-pack of variegated flosses at Joann's or something. Might have even been Walmart, I don't remember. So I am going to go ahead and work on this while we chat. My setup is awkward as all get out. I'm like reaching around the tripod, which is right up here, and it's not the easiest setup to stitch with, but it looks the best this way, so this is what I'm doing. I thought that today I would do the Halloween tag. It's not a new tag by any means. It's, yeah, from 2015. But I wasn't floss tubing in 2015, so I can just do that now. The first question: how do you like your Halloween entertainment? Cute and fun or super scary? I think I'm more of the cute and fun type. Decorating cookies, making witch's brew, kind of like children's Halloween party type as far as entertainment, but not necessarily with a whole bunch of kids. I don't know. I'm not really huge into celebrating Halloween because I tend to get stuck sitting at home handing out the candy and not having any fun, really. I just watch a movie and, oops, that's the wrong hole, and answer the door, and I don't like answering the door. But I also, one year I did take the kids out trick-or-treating instead of having Jeff do it, and I didn't really enjoy that either. Okay, I think I cut this too long. It keeps getting snagged on the back. I'm kind of a party pooper as far as some holidays are concerned. I don't know. There we go. But I do it for the kids because they enjoy it. Just not necessarily my favorite. This isn't part of the question, but as far as decor, like Halloween decor, cute and fun or super scary. Did I do that right? It's hard to see. Yeah, that's right. I tend to prefer a little bit cute and fun, but I like kind of more elegant, more leaning towards like a classy fall type. I like autumn decor as opposed to 100% Halloween decor. But again, for the kids, we do Halloween decor because they love Halloween so much. And decorating for Halloween is kind of fun, but we don't really go all out. I'm not into super scary. I think my kids would probably be if I let them. Let's see. Favorite Halloween candy? Question number 2. Anything chocolate. I always thought that it was so funny. You know, people post things like what to do with your leftover Halloween candy, and they have recipes for like Halloween candy, chocolate bark, and it's got all the leftover Reese's and Snickers and Kit Kats and all that cool stuff, or leftover candy, cheesecake, and again it's got all the chocolate stuff, and I'm like, I don't ever have leftover chocolate Halloween candy. That just plain gets eaten. Who are you people that have leftover chocolate Halloween candy? That's the good stuff. You don't get leftovers of that. You just eat it because it's that good. Why don't the Halloween leftovers recipes have like the leftover stuff that nobody eats? Like the hard candies that are cheap, that everybody buys because they're cheap, but nobody ever eats them. And I know you can do like the stained glass window type cookies, and we've done that before, but it just cracks me up that people do these recipes for all the leftover Halloween chocolate candies, and we don't have leftovers of that. We just don't. Okay. Candy corn. Love it or hate it? I love candy corn. It is delicious. And we tend to, I don't know, I get really excited when I see candy corn out in the stores. And I like the original, I like all the fun flavors. The autumn mix with like the pumpkins and stuff, and the chocolate candy corn. I like it all. And there's this really yummy snack mix that you can make, and it's super easy. You just take candy corn and mix it with roasted peanuts, and it tastes like one of those like peanut and nougat candy bars. I don't remember what it's called. Is it the Payday? I don't know, but it's really yummy and really easy. So yeah, candy corn and roasted peanuts. And you can, there's recipes for like homemade Butterfinger type candy bar things where you melt candy corn with peanut butter and stir it in with like corn flakes or bran flakes or something, and then smear it in a pan and top it with chocolate, melted chocolate. And you have something with a similar flavor to Butterfingers. So that's kind of fun. It's not exactly the same, you know, the texture is a bit off, but we've done that before and that's really yummy. So yes, definite fan of candy corn. Favorite scary movie or Halloween themed movie in general? Like I said, I'm not really big into scary. Oh, shoot. I just realized I did this wrong. Yep, these two are both wrong. And instead of pulling it all this floss out, I'm just going to snip it here and pull it out just this little bit. Okay. I do enjoy Hocus Pocus. I haven't seen it in many years though, but I do enjoy it. I like Nightmare Before Christmas. That's a fun one. For a while in our neighborhood there was a family, they've since moved, but they went like all out and decorated their entire front yard in Nightmare Before Christmas, and they left it up all through October, November, and December. They used it as their Halloween and their Christmas decor. Why are you not coming out? Because it's the wrong side. Okay. And like they were the awesome family that gave out the king-size candy bars, but you had to perform a trick to do your treat. They would make you like sing a song or do a dance or something, and so that was a lot of fun. Nope, this one I did correct. Oh man, yeah, that whole talking while stitching thing isn't working for me today. So the first one I did was correct and the other one wasn't. And I did not prepare for this eventuality. I left my threader in the other room. Oh boy. Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to pull this out and just leave it down there. What I did do was bring an extra threaded needle, and I will just use that for now. And just deal with that later when I have my threader. Okay. So, as far as like scary movies, I have watched some. I often avoid scary movies. It's not my favorite thing. I don't like getting scared. But there have been some that I haven't minded so much. At least once I watched it and knew how it ended. The Sixth Sense. Gosh, I hated that one while I was watching it, but once it was over I was like, okay, now that I know how it ends, I'm okay. The Village, M. Night Shyamalan, kind of the same thing, you know, once, well, while I was watching it, it was like the worst thing ever, and I was just terrified through the whole thing. Once it was over, and I realized it wasn't scary after all, it was okay. And I was actually even able to watch it a second time, even by myself. During the day, I wouldn't have been able to do it at night, but so as long as by the end everything is resolved nicely and it's not all that bad after all, I'm okay with it. But for the most part, I don't like scary movies, and I tend to avoid them if I can. Let's see. Do you have a yearly Halloween tradition? Like trick-or-treaters, going to a haunted house, costume party, etc. Well, on Halloween itself, I stay home and sit in front of the door with a book or my phone and a movie or something. Oh, that's right. And just answer the door for the trick-or-treaters. And Jeff takes the kids out trick-or-treating. And I don't enjoy it all that much. Generally, a week or two before Halloween, we have our church does a trunk or treat and a potluck type dinner, Halloween party, and that is generally a lot of fun. Usually, once again, I stay at the car or minivan or SUV or whatever vehicle we happen to have at that time, while my husband takes the kids around to all the other vehicles, and you know, we decorate our trunk and make it fun. Not super scary, just kind of fun. And for the potluck thing, sometimes it's a cook-off. Like we had a soup competition, and I won that one year. That was so much fun. I made a lasagna soup. It was really good. And sometimes it's a chili cook-off, or sometimes it's just a potluck and, you know, bring whatever. We had our trunk or treat this past Saturday, and unfortunately, my depression and anxiety made it so that I just was not able to go. I couldn't handle being around people, and it was, you know, it's a bummer when that happens, because usually that's the kind of thing that I just really look forward to going to, and it's always a lot of fun, but I couldn't handle it this year, and I'm really kind of bummed about that. But that is one of our traditions. Let's see. Some years I go to Witches' Night Out. And that is at this place less than an hour away. It's called Gardner Village, and they do this big Witches' Night Out thing, and everybody, like, women dress as witches, and they go and they just like hang out at the shops, and you can buy fudge, and they have entertainment, and it's a fun thing to do with a group of friends. You all get dressed up as witches and go walk around together. So some years I go and do that. This year it didn't work out, but that's okay. Favorite or most memorable Halloween costume? Oh, I would say the most memorable Halloween costume I've ever had was the chocolate chip costume. Or Hershey Kiss, it depends. Because, you know, pretty much the only difference between Hershey Kiss and chocolate chip is the size, right? And this was like a child-sized costume, so it was giant. But, yeah, my mom made, I think we had two of them in two different sizes, so sometimes two of us would dress up as a Hershey Kiss / chocolate chip. And it was like just this great big brown thing that we would wear, and then we would like stuff it full so that it would be all poofy. And is that the right hole? And there was like a little brown hat that went with it to be the top of the chocolate chip. And yeah, that costume was worn several times over the years. A lot of fun. So that was the most memorable. Lately, I tend to be a witch because, you know, like I said, I do the Witches' Night Out, and so I already have like a witch costume. And I've got my witch's hat that I like. This is not the best fabric to be the background. It's hard to see my holes when I'm going down. There. Please be the right one. That looks right. Okay. 1 year for our trunk or treat. Oh, here come the kids, thundering up the stairs, little elephants. Hey guys, can you go downstairs? I'm filming a Stitch with me. That is not the way downstairs, guys. But, let's see, where was I? 1 year for the trunk or treat, I went as an old woman. And this was like super awesome. When I was in college, I was majoring in theater, and so I took a stage makeup class, and we learned how to do old age makeup. And so basically I made myself look like this really old woman, and I put stuff in my hair to make it look gray, and I dressed up in these dowdy old clothes, and some people didn't recognize me. That's how good of a job I did. It looked so realistic, and so that was kind of fun. I got cutest costume of my age group that year. Age group being adult. So that was a fun costume. All right. Number 7. Recommend a Halloween-themed cross-stitch pattern. I don't really have much in the way of pattern recommendations. Let's see. Well, it's not Halloween themed so much, but it is autumn themed. I did the freebie pattern from With Thy Needle and Thread, and I've shown that before. It's the crow on the pumpkin with letters and vines and stuff, and that's a really neat one. And I will link that below. It's Welcome October sampler. I don't know what it's actually called, but that's what I call it. And I have a couple autumn themed patterns in my Etsy store. I have the Autumn Time sampler and Pumpkin Spice is the New Black. Again, not fully Halloween themed, but autumn themed, and they're pretty cute, I think. And that is the entirety of the Halloween tag. It's so funny that I thought that I would need 2 full lengths of floss for this video. Because I guess I'm just not that fast of a stitcher, even though I think I am. It's okay, Thomas. Thomas is up here getting a drink. We're getting a new fridge soon. I don't remember exactly what day they're delivering it, but it's in the next week or 2, I think. And this is really, really good because our fridge right now it's the fridge that came with the house, and it was used when we bought the house, and we've lived in this house for about 9 years. So it's a nice old fridge. And the motor is a bit too noisy, and the water dispenser drips, and so yeah, it's a good thing that we are getting a new fridge. Yeah, it's what we have right now is a side-by-side where the fridge and freezer portions are next to each other. And we're getting the kind that has the freezer on the bottom, and the top is, you know, like the French style doors or whatever that you know, open like this. And there's also, so there's the fridge part on the top, it opens like this, and there's the freezer down here with a drawer and lots of space, and there's another drawer in the middle that is temperature controlled, like you can control the temperature based on what you're storing in there. What an adult thing to be excited about. I'm getting a new fridge and I can control the temperature of the drawer. And that was the wrong hole yet again. But it is exciting. I enjoy getting new appliances. Oh, and the color is finally changing a bit. Oh, and here comes my toddler. Matthew! Matthew! Hey, buddy. What you doing up here? Listen to those little footsies. Come here. He does not want to come here. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. The video, not the floss. Come on. The tag is over and I suddenly don't have anything to talk about. Hi! Hi, Matthew. Who's a cutie pie? Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not even gonna finish this length of floss because it's huge. I cut it longer than I intended to. Is that right hole? Yeah. But boy, I sure got a lot done, didn't I? Right. That's actually not very much done at all. That's okay. It's a start. I'll work on it some more throughout the day. But yeah, I really do need to finish up because the way I'm sitting, my leg is falling asleep and I need to get my child some lunch probably. Hey buddy, you are so cute. Do you want to say hi? Here, give me a hand. Hi. We're gonna say hi. Ugh. Hi. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will be back next week with a regular update. Until then, have a great week and happy stitching. Bye. Okay, say bye-bye. Bye-bye.